Look at this bright ass window behind me. Hey guys, I wanted to do a little update-see about me and what's been going on. I'm a little pale, the light is shining in. I don't think there's anything I can do for that. I could turn. Oh, nope. Maybe I can turn this way. Is that a little better? I don't know.
Take me down to where my stars are shining all around me like halogen 1 million.
Anyways, I wanted to do this video, but I wanted to do it like, I don't know, I wanted it to be like a very well-produced thing, and because it's an exciting time, as you guys read the title, I am expecting a baby, and I wanted to fill you guys in a little bit, because I've actually have been, my first pregnancy test, sorry guys, my mind is all over the place, a lot's happened in the last 5 months. My first pregnancy test was in October, so I've been pregnant since October. As you guys are seeing this, I'm either 22 or 23 weeks along now. I do have little clips that I'll put at the end of this video, kind of like about like my gender reveal kind of thing, or maybe I'll make that a video itself. I don't know. It's not a very long gender reveal thing. It was just something I did last minute on New Year's, and I've been meaning to do this video for a really long time, but let me back up for a little bit. So how I found out I was pregnant was basically during one of my episodes I filmed for you guys, Slime Rancher. I fell asleep during the middle of a recording, and that to me was like that's not normal. It's not normal. Either something medically is wrong, or I'm possibly pregnant. So surprise, I'm pregnant. That was like my first, like I knew within the first 2 weeks of getting pregnant, I think. Which is kind of a miracle, because some people don't even know until they're like 6 months along, and I'm like, how do you not know this? But I get it, our bodies all act differently in pregnancy. I'm glad I got to know like at the very beginning so that I could feel everything. My initial reaction was kind of like, oh boy, how am I gonna pay for all this? But I think things are going along pretty well. We made a payment plan with the hospital and all that kind of stuff. And we're getting ready for this little bundle of joy. It's going to be our first child. My husband was actually supposed to do this video with me. Sorry that I keep switching hands. It's just a little heavy, and I'll explain that in a second. He was supposed to do this with me, but he had to go back to work today. I've been off work for about the last week, and I'll probably be off work for the next 6 weeks. But he had to go back to work today, and I've been putting it off, and I was like, you know what? I need to do an update video, because I literally haven't posted consecutively since November, because my motivation just went woo, and like they don't talk about all the things during pregnancy that you get. I am really shiny right now, and it's bugging me, but I can't. I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should move, but this chair is really comfortable, and I just got it, so I kind of want to sit in it. What was I saying? I'm so sorry, guys. My mind is everywhere. I got a text message, sorry. So I am filming this on my phone. Unfortunately, it's not like what I wanted. I wanted to have like a Q&A with my husband, talking about our reactions, how we found out, how I told him. I might still do that later on if you all are interested, or just for fun, because I like making these kinds of videos. I don't know, I've been obsessed with like gender reveals and pregnancy updates and all that kind of stuff forever. But I was going to do a pregnancy update video, like bump videos, because I think they're super cute, and I think there's a good way to celebrate. But here's where the problem came. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I've been mentioning this for a while, and I've been kind of hinting it. I've had some medical issues going on, and I haven't had a single, well, not a single, I haven't had very many pregnancy, like, symptoms. I haven't had any nausea or, you know, like moodiness. I've been pretty like straight, like my head's on straight. I just been really tired, and my motivation kind of crapped out. Other than that, I've been feeling pretty good during this pregnancy. In fact, I didn't even, I was like, am I actually pregnant? I've taken like 10 pregnancy tests throughout the term just to see if I was still pregnant, because I didn't feel pregnant. The only thing that was an indication was my missed period and the fatigue. And so about 6 weeks into my pregnancy, I started feeling some pains on, like my lower abdomen area. And I was worried that maybe something was going on. Maybe like this, like I was miscarrying or, like all those little fears a first-time mom or even like a, not a first-time mom probably has. But I didn't know what to expect getting pregnant. So I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm going to go ahead and call my doctor, go in there, see my OBGYN, get that all kind of taken care of. And on my ultrasound, they did see a little baby. They did confirm that there was a heartbeat. I couldn't hear it at that time because it was a little young to hear. But it was a little bean, a little bean. I do have the ultrasound pictures too. I will post at the end of this video too. I do have like an updated one too that I probably should film too, but anyways, so I was indeed pregnant, which is exciting because, I didn't have any symptoms. So I was like, I don't know if I really am. And then they look over at my ovaries because I was having pain. My right ovary had a cyst on it, which it enclosed on itself, and that was the pain I was kind of feeling. Plus, that was the ovary that I ovulated out of, and it was pumping me full of hormones, so it was inflamed. And they could tell that right off the bat. And then they look over my left one, and they're like, huh, something's not right here. And I was like, can you give me a clue or something? And she's like, I think it's a cyst, but I'll let the doctor tell you because I can't medically tell you. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. So the doctor tells me that it is indeed a cyst, but it's not liquid like a cyst should be. It has solid matter in it. And so he was just going to watch it, and he was going to, watch it for a few of my appointments and see if it went away because it's supposed to go away on their own. So I was like, okay, cool, it's fine, nothing to worry about at that time. He did throw out the words cancer, and that really frightened me because I guess cysts aren't normally supposed to be dermoid. But I was like, okay, that's fine, it's fine. I'll wait a couple weeks. And that's what made me not tell anybody, because he did say in a couple weeks, when we do another ultrasound, if it gets bigger and we operate, chances are you're not going to go to term with this pregnancy. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel so much better, thank you. So I was like, okay. Sorry, I'm starting to tear up. I'm a little emotional. It's been a really long couple weeks. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We'll see how it is in a couple weeks then. So that's why I've been keeping quiet on here, why I haven't been doing the bump updates, but now I really can't do them. And then I was going to every single appointment. They did ultrasound every single time. The place I went to is fantastic. They're great. They are really caring. They, talk to me and tell me what's going on versus just oh, we don't know what this is yet, but don't worry about it. We'll check it on your, you know what I mean? At least they were telling me kind of thing. And so I only had one appointment where I didn't have an ultrasound, and that doctor was very new to me. The place I go to, there's just a round of doctors. I don't have exactly one set, which is fine with me. I don't care as long as they're all adequate and they can all deliver this baby. And so he was the only one that didn't give me an ultrasound. I was like, I kind of want one. He's like, well, I can see if they're available. And he kind of made it out. Ow, stop it. Sorry, the kitten's on me. He made it out to be it was an unusual thing to ask for an ultrasound during this time. And I was like, okay, you know what? We'll just schedule one for the next time. He's like, okay, perfect. I'll put it in for your next doctor. So that was the only time we didn't get an ultrasound. So we got another ultrasound in January 3rd. And at that time, I did adopt a kitten. I'm sorry, my mind. At that time, the doctor that I was seeing was he looked at my ultrasound. He said, everything looks great. Except we're seeing you on odd weeks. You're 17 weeks pregnant at this point. I would love to see you at 20. Do you mind coming in 3 weeks? And I was like, of course, I'll definitely do that. So we came in on our ultrasound, or for another ultrasound, January 24th or 23rd or something like that. And she did the ultrasound, and she's like, I didn't see what your other ones looked like. Let me go look. And so she leaves the room, and I'm like, she just left the room. Don't freak out, but she just left the room. And Brian's like, or my husband, he's like, don't freak out. She's probably just really checking. They're not going to bring the doctor in. She came back without the doctor. So I was like, okay, good. But she's like, yeah, it's a little bigger. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm going to, let's get you cleaned up. Let's get you into the doctor's office. Let him do his little routine physical kind of thing. Talk to you, and we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. I was like, okay. And he's like he walks in and he doesn't even like do like the regular physical stuff yet. He just like, okay, here's the deal. It grew and I'm referring you to a specialist. And at that time I didn't realize how much it grew. And I was like, okay, this was on a Wednesday, last Wednesday. No, 2 Wednesdays ago. I was like, okay, a specialist? And he's like, yeah, don't panic. I'm sure it's nothing. This is not my specialty. I don't know much about cysts. I just want to make sure that there's nothing wrong. That kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, all right, I trust you. He's like one of the doctors I really like there. I was like, okay, I trust you. I know you know what you're doing. Refer me, go ahead and refer me. I'm like, do I expect to know by my next appointment? He's like, no, I'm going to call her today. And I was like, oh, okay, call her today. That's nice. He's like, I'll let you know by the end of the week. I promise. I'll call you. And this man, he called me like 3 times on Friday because where I'm at in my work, I have no signal. And so I came up for lunch and he's like, oh, good, I caught you. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, what's up? And he's like, so I talked to the specialist. She wants to see you first thing Monday. I'm like, okay, all right, I can do that. Go ahead and give her all my information. We'll see a specialist. It's probably just going to be a routine thing. They're going to look at it, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I had all weekend to think of the worst possible scenarios. Can we just talk about that for a second? I'm a first-time mom. I am very paranoid. And I instantly think of the worst case, like, all the time. That is my thought process. Like, I rather think the worst and have it not be the worst and be really excited for the best. And so all weekend, I was just bummed out and, like, depressed. And my husband's like, I wish I could cheer you up. I'm like, I just want to do this appointment, get it over with, find out what's going on. The appointment actually ended up being scheduled for, like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they didn't have any openings, which is fine. Told my work. I warned them ahead of time. I was like, hey, by the way, I'm probably going to have 2 appointments this week or this month. One with a specialist and then one with actually my actual doctor. And he's like, okay, that's fine, you know, just whatever, just let me know. And I was like, okay, the specialist wants to see me. And then on Monday, I get in there and she does her physical and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I've seen every single ultrasound. And it's doubled in size from the 3 weeks from your last one to your last one. So basically like from 3 weeks, from the June 3rd to the 23rd. And I was like, doubled in size. What are you talking? And she's like, probably around the size of a grapefruit. And I was like, okay. And she's like, we have a couple options here. I was like, okay. She's like, I can either do surgery on you and get it out. Right now you're in the prime time. You're in 2nd trimester. Chances of something going bad for you and the baby are very slim. It's not uncommon, but it's very slim. And then, you know, it's out of you and you can deliver your baby like normal and we'll, you know, deal with it then. I was like, okay. And she's like, or the second option is to leave it there and hope it doesn't do anything until your 3rd trimester because we can't take it out during 3rd or you'll risk preterm labor. And she's like, you're at risk at preterm labor now, even if we do the surgery, but your risk will be greater. And if the baby is born before a certain amount of weeks, you know, it won't survive, that kind of thing. And so I was like freaking out a little bit. And she basically told me that if we left it alone and something did happen with that cyst and it exploded on itself or whatever, imploded, that it would basically revert in on itself and take over other organs. And I was like, okay, that's not terrifying. And she's like, I would love to do the surgery tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. I was like, so you're giving me literally, it's 4 o'clock now. I have to have surgery tomorrow at 7? This was last Tuesday. And so, of course, I'm sitting there trying not to cry. And then, like, what freaked me out more was she was like, also, while we have it, we are a cancer center, and we're going to also test it for cancer because these cysts tend to be more cancerous than other cysts. The probability is still low, but there's a probability. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, it's basically right now a solid ball, which is what we don't want to see. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you're going to be fine. We're going to do the surgery tomorrow as long as I get your permission. So I said, yes. I did all my labs, everything on that morning. They gave me some stuff to drink to cleanse my body, so to speak, so that, you know, like, we're getting ready to do surgery. It's a normal surgery procedure here. And I was like, okay. And so I drank the stuff and I threw it up that night. I think it was nerves. I don't know what it was. I did not like it at all. I threw it right back up, and then 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we wake up to get showered, do the special soap stuff, scrub all that kind of stuff, scrub the incision site, and then 7 o'clock, they roll me in, which was early, which is good, because I didn't have much time to think about it, but they rolled me in, and I never had surgery before, I've never been put under before, and it's the weirdest experience, because when they put the anesthesia in your face, like in the oxygen thing, like you see, like you can feel your eyes dimming, like the everything's dimming around you, and you blink, and then when you open them, you're like somewhere else. Like I was in the recovery room, so it was like I blinked, and I was like, I hurt. What's going on? And my husband was the only one in there with me until, you know, my dad and my stepmom, my mom and Johnny, and my friend Sam showed up, and I was just like, I hurt, and they're like, you can't have anything in the recovery room. Like, nobody in there with you. And I'm just like, where's my husband? And they're like, well, you can't see him until your pain's 4. I'm like, my pain's 4. I want to see my husband. Like, I'm freaking out a little bit internally. Can I please just see my husband? Let him tell me everything's okay. Because at that point, they don't tell you anything. I want to hear that, you know, the baby's fine, that everything came out clean, all that kind of stuff. And thankfully, when I saw my husband, I was like, what are the 3 things I asked you to tell me right when you saw me? He's like, you're fine, the baby's fine, and it was cancer-free. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like, you're just sitting there thinking, like, the entire time. And like, I had such a hard time concentrating anyway. I just wanted to hear that everything was fine. But that's what I've been going through. And so I didn't want to announce it right away because I was still at risk at preterm labor while I was in recovery, while I was at the hospital for 3 or 4 days. They finally sent me home. My incision is a little bleeding, but I guess that's normal. But I have a 6-inch incision down my stomach from where they cut me open to take out this grapefruit-sized cyst, and they didn't even let me see it. I mean, come on, guys. It's like, I wanted to put it in a jar and take it to work. I'm kidding. Not really. I would have, but I'm still slightly kidding. I would have, wanted to. I don't know if I would want to see it. It might have freaked me out. I don't know. But anyways, I was like, okay. And so now I'm home, and I missed a whole week's worth of uploads, which is not usual for me. And I, just wanted to let you guys know, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. I just had surgery. It's cancer-free. My cyst is gone, and so is my left ovary. The cyst had taken upon itself and engulfed it, and there was no way to save the ovary. So I have just 1 ovary, which I'm okay with. I'm still with child, which I am very happy with. I did not want anything to happen to my baby. And yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little update. I'm probably going to edit this sometime tomorrow when I will be 22 weeks. I've been off and on pain medicine. That's perfectly safe for the baby. I've made sure I've talked to every single doctor. Which, by the way, the hospital stupidly prescribed me ibuprofen. I was like, you guys realize I'm pregnant, right? I can't have ibuprofen. And they're like, well, it's really just a risk at 30 weeks. And I'm like, no, I don't want to risk it at all. Like, I just had surgery. I think that's enough of a risk. I don't want to put ibuprofen in my system. Thank you. So they prescribed me something else. But I'm on the pill right now, the medicine, the Percocet or whatever it is I'm taking. And I'm doing fine as far as pain management. I'm thinking about, slowly weaning myself off the pain medicine because I don't think I need it anymore. But it was just a lot to go through in, a short amount of time because you're thinking, before my doctor's appointment, I was thinking everything was great. And then my doctor's appointment, they're like, it doubled in size. And I was like, okay, I don't know how big that is. Is it a golf ball? And they're like, no, it's a grapefruit. And I was like, you guys are going to take a grapefruit out of me. And the doctor that did the surgery is super, super nice. She knew what she was doing. I think that made me feel better. She had this demeanor about her that she just was so confident. She's like, I just did this for another lady who was 20 weeks, just about the same as you. The sooner we do it, the better, because in 3 weeks we won't be able to do the surgery at all. You'll be too far along at that point, and that's why I want to do it so quickly. Plus, it's endangerment. We don't know if it's cancerous. We need to figure it out. We need to stage it, all that kind of stuff. And I think she thought it was going to be a little cancerous because she already told me that she was going to plan on staging it if it is, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's procedure. I don't know. This is a 20-minute video. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Just a little. I wanted to announce my pregnancy, give you guys an update. After this, I think I will post my gender reveal after this, and the little ultrasound pictures, because I think they're really super cute, and it's mind-blowing to me how they go from this like little like poppy seed, and in 9 weeks it ends up looking like a baby. It's so weird. And it's like a snap pea at that point. It's just so weird how they grow and how fast they grow. I'm so fascinated by all this stuff. Like right now, I think, is today Tuesday? No, today's Monday. Tomorrow, I think the baby's gonna be the size of an eggplant. And I'm like, there's an eggplant in me? And like, you can't, like, I haven't shown at all during my pregnancy. Now you can kind of tell, but I think it's because I'm swollen from the incision and all that kind of stuff. And that's another thing is why I'm not going to do bump updates unless I do it with like my shirt on and all that kind of stuff. Not like, look at my bump, because I think bumps are so cute. But because I have this giant incision now that's 6 inches long that just comes straight across my belly button. But we're all doing good, and I just wanted to let you guys know I will be posting probably some videos, not this week, maybe not next week, but very shortly. Let me get a little bit healed. I also want to start, like, you know, recording again, because I think, like, I have nothing to do right now. I think it'll be good for me to, you know, have something to concentrate on, and be out of work for almost 4 to 6 weeks, which terrifies me because I don't know if they're going to pay me. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot for like, that was like a week time, and it just went from everything's great, everything looks good, to we're gonna have surgery on you and you're gonna be really, really sore. And I've never had surgery before, guys, and it scared the living bejeebus out of me. Like, I play horror games a lot, and I was just like, this is nothing. And like, I just went in with my head like in the space of, let's just get this over with. And that's what we kind of did, I think, like, me mentally. I started freaking out when they had me moved to the surgery table, because at that point I was not on anesthetic or anything like that. And I was without my husband at that point. And the doctor came in and she said hi to me, and that made me feel better, because she's like, hey. You know, she was really upbeat, excited to see me, and made me feel better. I had let them know that I was already nervous, so someone was, like, rubbing my hand. And then, they're like, okay, take deep breaths in the oxygen tank, and I was, and they're like, oh god, she's taking really deep breaths. I think they were worried I was gonna have a panic attack, because I'm prone to those. And they were like, okay, you're gonna start feeling a little fuzzy, and I just wanted to see my husband. I wanted to get water. I was so thirsty. That's the worst thing about surgery, is the thirst, because you can't drink anything until after midnight, and I like to drink continuously throughout the whole entire day. So by like 7, I was like, can I have an ice cube or something, please? And they're like, we can give you a cotton swab. I'm like, no, that would make my teeth cringe. I want a little ice cube, just something. And they're like, no, we can't do that. And as soon as I got out, I was like, where's my husband? That was like the first thing I asked. I was like, husband. He's like, you know, he can't be back here. I was like, thirsty? Drink? And he's like, I'll get you a cup of ice. I was like, okay, I like this. Sorry, someone texted me again. I like this. Let's get some ice. And then I was like, so husband? I just kept asking. And they're like, not until your pain's a 4. I'm like, my pain's a 4. And when I get to the room, they're like, what's your pain level? I'm like, oh, like a 6. And they're like, okay, we'll just press this pain medicine. Like, is it safe for the baby? And they're like, oh, yeah, totally. I'm like, okay, click. It was just a really stressful time, guys. And that's why I kept quiet. Maybe I'll do a Q&A with my husband, talk about our reactions about the baby, what we're doing to prepare, all that kind of stuff. I'm excited, and then, like, I'm also a little nervous. I am worried about everything that's going on here. I hope everything goes great. I don't know how this is going to affect my birthing situation. Like, am I going to still be able to have, like, a natural birth, or am I going to have a C-section, that kind of thing? Because by time because I'm due in June, I didn't mention that, June 12th is my due date. By the time I get to June 12th, I would be just newly healed. So I don't know how that's going to, you know, affect anything. And then, of course, my work. I was like, by the way, I'm taking off a month for the surgery last minute. And I'm also taking off 8 weeks for baby time. Can I have a raise? Not even joking, because I was up for a raise, and, like, my meeting was on last Wednesday, but I had surgery on Tuesday, so I didn't even get to have my meeting. It's been a really great time, guys. Let me just tell you that. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. This video is about 25 minutes long. It's going to be probably about 30 with all the extra little clips I have. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And I will see you guys soon when I'm a little better. I just wanted to let you guys know that I might be absent for a little bit longer. Bye, guys! Accidentally kicked the dog in the face. I'm sorry. Alright, so newly washed hair. You guys don't even know what's going on. I'm assuming at this point you do, because I think I'm going to make this an entire video. Do you want to be in here with me? Come on. Just smile for the camera, honey. Smile. But we're going to find out the gender today, and I am so excited. I need to redo my makeup. I was wearing makeup yesterday, and it got all crummy in the shower and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I have wet hair. But yeah, we get to find out the gender. We're having like a little gender reveal party, which I'm really nervous about because we've never done before. Obviously, because this would be our first child. And all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I sound congested. My husband went to go get me some like throat things because my throat is killing me. But we're gonna do the thing. Do I have makeup on? No, it's a shadow. It's a shadow. I was like, am I crying? It's my hair. Thank you, hair. But yeah, so I don't even know if this is gonna make it into the video, but I figured it'd be a cute announcement video. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out the gender. 2 more hours, I think. I already cleaned the house, took a shower, just need to do my makeup, and maybe put up a few more decorations. I don't know. My friend's bringing streamers. She's also bringing the balloon with the gender in it, and it's been killing me that she knows before I do. But yeah, I am not feeling too hot today, so I'm probably gonna stay home after the party. I might go get dinner. I don't know. They're doing a special for New Year's Eve. Oh yeah, it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everybody. But this is where I've been. This is why I haven't had videos out like I'm supposed to. I was supposed to do a highlights video. No motivation whatsoever. I'm going to try to do that within the next week, I think. And all that sorts of stuff. Better late than never, right? Yeah? Maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna decorate. Bye! I think my kitty wants to say hello. Kitty kitty! Nope, she walked away. If you've heard of my other videos, I've mentioned briefly we had to put a cat down due to spleen cancer, and it like killed my soul. But then we got this little sick little kitten, and she's so precious. Every time she sees me, she just starts purring. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can. Kitty kitty! Look at the camera. No? Okay. Alright. Bye! Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna decorate. And I'll talk to you people later. Bye! Hey, baby kitty. Hey there, honey. Are you sleeping? Did I wake you? It's already filming.
I want a copy on my phone. How you want to record it? Sam's recording it. Haley's recording it.
Do you want it landscape or portrait?
Long one. Landscape.
Okay, thank you, Michelle.
It's been a long day.
Brian, get in. Go over there. Sit on the other side.
Maybe don't keep your head behind you.
There we go.
Oh. Should we hold it? I feel like it's gonna... Alright.
Just don't stab him.
Is everybody ready?
Runs at it.
Woo!
It's gonna be a girl. It's a girl!
Yay! Today. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh, bye. Why are you covered in petals?
Okay, so I couldn't film inside. Sorry, my desk is messy. Holy crap. I couldn't film inside of the doctor's office because of HIPAA laws and all that kind of good stuff, and it messes with their machines. But this was our first ultrasound. This one was at 6 weeks, I believe. Does it say? Oh, it doesn't say. Huh. This one was at 6 weeks. I do believe. Look how tiny she is. And then this one is at 9 weeks and 1 day. She's gotten a little bigger, still doesn't have that natural baby shape. And I want to tell you, this little girl's a troll. My next one is at 17 weeks. I just got it done today. I was going to film it for you guys, but they wouldn't let me. And she wouldn't let me have like that traditional ultrasound baby silhouette pose. She had her back to us. So I was very upset. But this is how big she is at 17 weeks and 1 day. Can we just take a moment that 17 weeks ago, she was this little bean here. Well, not 17 weeks ago. 11 weeks ago, she was this little bean. This little thing here. Actually, I can tell you how many weeks along she was. 1024 minus 95. It's about 6 weeks, right? Yeah, it had to have been, because that's when I had really bad pain in my ovaries. And I went to the doctor early, and I was actually able to hear the heartbeat, even though it was week 6, 6th day, because they were like, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the heartbeat, but we're gonna try. I remember that, because 6 weeks is very early to hear the heartbeat, but we did, and that was kind of our confirmation too, because I was showing no symptoms. But then this is 9 weeks, and then look how big she gets, twice, like almost twice the time, and she's this thing right here, just not looking at me. We did have, I'm not going to show you the back, but we did get confirmation that she is a girl. She showed her goodie bits to us. She didn't want to show her face, but she wanted to show her parts, which is fine because that was confirmation, because we did a blood test and they can be wrong. But yeah, I think that's really interesting. I can't get over how small she was and now how big she is. I know it doesn't seem that big, but it's still pretty big, right? Yeah? Alright, this is kind of a little update because I recorded this 6 weeks ago. Yeah, 6 weeks ago. 17. 10 weeks ago. I recorded this originally 10 weeks ago, so this is the first ultrasound that I showed you in the little peanut as she grew. This is her at 9 weeks? Yeah, this was her at 9 weeks. And then she is now 17 weeks in this one. This is the one that she wouldn't turn around for us. And we got to see that she was definitely a girl, but she just did not want to show her silhouette and her face to us. And then over here is my favorite one that we've gotten of her so far, because this is the only time she's ever done like the typical baby silhouette, and this was at 20 weeks when they were doing her anatomy scan. And then my husband bought me this. I thought it was the cutest little picture frame, so we put this one on there because it's my favorite, because it has like the little baby silhouette, and it just made me really super happy. And then on 24 weeks, my last visit, we got this one. So she's a little bit turned, a little bit bigger. She is measuring 5 days behind, but it's not that big of a deal. According to my doctor, it's normal. They normally every baby's different size anyway, but at this point she was 1.5 pounds. And I have my next visit next week, and I guess I'm fortunate a little bit to have all of these ultrasounds, because I guess you typically get like this one and then you get the anatomy one, and other than that they just listen for the heartbeat. But because of my cyst and me having to be like almost a little bit high risk, they took one every single time except for once. So I basically have like this little thing of her growing and how big she's getting, and it just kind of blows my mind. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to give that small little update.